In 1968, deep in the jungles of Vietnam, American troops began hearing an old monster waking up. A mechanical dinosaur from another war. It was a machine so outdated, so slow, and so loud that no one understood why the US military brought it back from the dead. This wasn't some advanced weapon from the future, it was a weapon from World War II. And yet, in one of the bloodiest years of the Vietnam War, this ancient beast became a secret advantage. Today, we uncover the incredible story of why the US sent a World War II relic into the modern, high-tech battlefield of Vietnam. By the late 1960s, the Vietnam War was a conflict defined by helicopters, supersonic jets, and advanced artillery. It was a war of mobility and firepower, but the dense, unforgiving jungles of Southeast Asia created a terrifying and persistent problem that modern technology struggled to solve. Minefields, booby traps, and hidden tunnels. Every single step American soldiers took could be their last. The Viet Cong were masters of unconventional warfare, turning the very ground beneath their enemies' feet into a weapon. Troops on patrol desperately needed a reliable way to clear safe paths through this deadly terrain. But modern equipment, often designed for open European battlefields, kept failing. Advanced vehicles got stuck in the mud. Their complex engines overheated in the tropical humidity, and their lighter armor was vulnerable to hidden explosives. The jungle seemed to swallow everything, faced with mounting casualties and a tactical nightmare. The US military made a shocking and seemingly illogical decision. Bring back a machine from the history books, a machine designed for a completely different war, half a world away. Meet the Dinosaur of Vietnam, the M4 Sherman Tanka, machine that first rolled off the assembly line in 1942. By the time of the Vietnam War, it was considered a fossil. It was the tank that helped win World War II, facing off against German panzers across Europe and North Africa. But that was over 2 decades ago. Most countries had long since retired their Sherman fleets. Some were sold for scrap metal. Others were parked in museums as monuments to a bygone era. Yet, the US Army decided to pull these old workhorses out of storage, give them a few modifications, and ship them straight into the heart of the conflict. They sent specialized variants, the M4 Sherman Crab, equipped with flails to detonate mines, and the M4 Sherman Dozer, fitted with a massive bulldozer blade. Soldiers on the ground gave them fitting nicknames: Jungle Crushers, the Dinosaur, and sometimes, simply, the Beast. It was slow. It was heavy. It was definitely loud and completely outdated by every modern standard. But in the jungle, this old warrior had one superpower that newer, more sophisticated vehicles didn't. It simply refused to die. To understand why the Sherman was so valuable, you have to understand the roads of Vietnam. They were nightmares. The Viet Cong and North Vietnamese army planted mines everywhere. These weren't just simple traps. They ranged from hidden bamboo spikes to powerful, Soviet-made anti-tank mines that could tear a jeep or even a modern armored personnel carrier in half. Supply convoys and patrols were constantly at risk. Every mission was a gamble with death. The standard M113 armored personnel carriers, while fast and versatile, had thin aluminum armor that offered little protection against a direct mine blast. The army needed something tougher, something that could lead the way and take a hit. The Sherman tanks from World War II, built for a different kind of fight, happened to have exactly what was needed. They were covered in thick steel armor, powered by giant, robust engines, and built with simple mechanics that didn't easily jam or break down in the jungle mud and dust. So, instead of using expensive and vulnerable modern tech, the army commanded the Dinosaur to lead convoys. The old Sherman became a moving shield. It would roll at the front of the line, its immense weight and tough hide absorbing blast after blast from hidden mines. Often, a mine would blow off a track, but the crew would climb out, repair it on the spot, and keep moving. One crew member later recalled the feeling of being inside the old tank. We knew it was outdated, but outdated still beats dead. The true value of these old tanks was proven in missions that no one else could accomplish. In late 1968, near Tien in Province, a strategic area close to the Cambodian border, an entire American infantry unit found itself trapped. Viet Cong forces had them surrounded and had systematically mined every trail, every potential escape route. The soldiers were completely cut off. Helicopters couldn't land due to the intense anti-aircraft fire and the lack of a secure landing zone. Combat engineers couldn't move forward to clear the mines. They were pinned down and taking casualties. The situation was desperate. Then, the jungle began to shake. A low, deep rumble grew louder and louder. Out of the dense trees rolled a battered, mud-caked World War II Sherman Dozier. Its massive front blade was lowered, ready for work. With a deafening roar from its old engine, it pushed forward, tearing through logs, ripping up bamboo traps, and plowing directly into the hidden explosive charges. Every few yards, an explosion would rock the tank, blasting shrapnel and dirt against its thick steel armor. But the Dinosaur just kept moving, methodically clearing a safe path, yard by agonizing yard, for the trapped soldiers following behind it. That day, dozens of men survived and made it back to base. Not because of a helicopter or a jet, but because of a 26-year-old machine that should have been in a museum. So, let's break it down. Why did a tank that was obsolete in 1950 still work so well in 1968? There are 4 key reasons. First, its armor was perfect for mine warfare. Vietnamese mines were designed to be devastating to light vehicles and infantry, but the Sherman's old-school thick-rolled steel hull could often withstand the blast from all but the largest anti-tank mines. It was over-engineered for the threats it faced in Vietnam. Second, it was extremely reliable. Modern, high-performance engines were prone to overheating in the brutal jungle heat and humidity. The Sherman, on the other hand, was built like a tractor. Its engine was simple, strong, and famously dependable. It was designed to be fixed in the field with basic tools, a crucial advantage far from a maintenance depot. Third, it was cheap. The US military already had thousands of these tanks sitting in storage depots around the world. Why spend millions of dollars designing and building a new specialized mine-clearing vehicle when you had a perfectly good one already paid for? It was a practical, cost-effective solution. And finally, its sheer power. The Charverian could push through almost anything. Trees, dense undergrowth, enemy bunkers, and hidden booby traps there. From hell, clearing paths and fortifications with unstoppable force. While not many Shermans were sent to Vietnam, the few that served there became legends among the troops who relied on them. They were a symbol of gritty, unstoppable determination. But technology was evolving fast. By the early 1970s, newer, more capable vehicles like the M48 Patton and the M728 Combat Engineer vehicle finally started to arrive in numbers, specifically designed to handle the challenges of the Vietnamese battlefield. The old warhorse had done its job. The dinosaurs went silent. Their engines were shut down for the last time. Some were left to rust in forgotten bases, slowly being reclaimed by the jungle they once conquered. Others were shipped back home, returning to the quiet life of museum exhibits. Their combat scars and welded patches still visible on their armor, a silent testament to their final, unexpected tours of duty. So, why did the US send a World War II dinosaur to Vietnam? Because in a brutal war where the newest, most advanced weapons kept failing, an ancient monster from 1942 proved it still had teeth. It's a powerful reminder that in warfare, the best tool isn't always the newest one. Sometimes, old doesn't mean weak. Sometimes, old, tough, and reliable is exactly what you need to survive. If you enjoy these deep dives into forgotten war stories, unbelievable weapons, and hidden missions, make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next story. Thanks for watching!